Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to 3306. This is where I take a look at the news and happenings in and around EliteDangerous. This week, a discovery is made for a quadruple, a low-temperature diamond hotspot. A brand new exploration expedition is set to get underway, and the Anti-Xeno initiative launch a player-led community goal. Triple low-temperature diamond hotspots have been a pretty hot property for a long while now. And to heat this up even more, recently a quadruple hotspot was discovered by Commander That English Gent. It's a fair distance away from the bubble, at a little over 1,000 light years, but nonetheless remains an ideal location for fleet carriers. This site is somewhat unusual in that not only does it contain a quad hotspot, but also a pretty strong triple hotspot as well. If you have a fleet carrier available, this could well be the next great location to visit for all your mining needs. You can see the system name both on screen here as well as in the video description. Also, the image here highlights exactly what you can expect to see there and where best to drop out of Supercruise and into the ring system in order to either enter the quadruple hotspot or the triple hotspot, depending on which one of the two you'd prefer to enter. Meanwhile, over on Reddit, Commander Thormer reports a triple tritium hotspot out near Beagle Point. And this could prove to be perfect for refilling carriers' fuel requirements when out in deep space. Now, Beagle Point, being over there on the opposite side of the galaxy, is quite naturally a popular tourist destination, and it's likely that over the years there's going to be many fleet carriers heading out that way. Whilst some, or a lot, will no doubt take a lot of tritium with them, it's quite likely that they will need that to be topped up. So, yes, a triple hotspot for tritium is going to be ideal. On the 10th of July, a brand new mini community-ran expedition will be getting underway. This is called the Rosette Nebula Expedition and will be carried out on board the expedition's fleet carrier. Departing on the 10th of July on an approximately 4-hour journey, the expedition's carrier will head to the Rosette Nebula. The expedition organisers have set up a great-looking website detailing everything about the event, and you can find a link to that in the video description. You'll also be able to register your interest there if you want to sign up. Now, as the organisers point out, this is going to be a great opportunity to achieve a number of things. Particularly, it will allow you to unlock Professor Palin, who requires you to travel 5,000 light years. So nowadays you can do this nice and easily by getting on board someone else's fleet carrier and allowing them to do all the work. And added to that, the other side of this, of course, is that the Rosette Nebula is a stunning looking location. So if you've never been to a nebula, then this is going to be the ideal opportunity to do that. Do think about signing up. Today, a brand new player-led community goal gets underway. Created by the Anti-Xeno initiative, this community goal follows the same template laid down by Frontier during the days of regular official community goals. It's a great move by the AXI player group and something which has only been made possible with the introduction of fleet carriers. For those of you who are relatively new, community goals were a global mission of sorts, run by Frontier on a weekly basis. Each week, a community goal would have a specific objective on a scale far larger than any single player could achieve. The objectives often involved combat, mining, exploration or trading. More often than not, many of these community goals had thousands of participants. Unfortunately, Frontier decided to call an end to regular weekly community goals, and although they have stated that we can still expect to see them on occasion, as yet this still hasn't happened. The AXI, however, have stepped in and are filling the void with their community goal called The Art of War. They have created some in-lore backstory for the community goal, which essentially revolves around creating a fictitious paint job for fleet carriers that would render them invisible to Thargoids. For the duration of the community goal, the AXI carrier, the Astras, will be stationed in the Sterope 2 system. The objective of the CG is to obtain 15,000 tons of Thargoid-related components, which includes hearts, metalloys, sensors, probes and much more. The carrier has created a buy order for each of these, allowing players to sell their Thargoid-related goodies to the carrier and be duly compensated for their efforts. It really is an amazing undertaking. The event will run for 1 full month, although it will end sooner if the targets are met earlier. For more information, do check out the great looking website linked in the video description. Finally, on a last note here, last week I mentioned a spreadsheet that had been used for material collection locations and data. I actually made a mistake in who I attributed the sheet to. The spreadsheet is actually a community effort with a number of people involved in updating it. That then brings us to an end of this episode of 3306. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.